Hello, we are Geeks Assembled, and me and Susan are gathered today to discuss a recent TV series, 8-part TV series, which sort of carries on and builds on the legacy of the Alien franchise. We're discussing Alien Earth, which is set 2 years before the original Alien movie, before we even heard of Ripley. So, Susan, Alien Earth, opening thoughts.
All right. Well, John Carpenter started off with this whole idea that aliens can be really fun or really deadly. And you could see that starting off in Dark Star. So that's where that came from. And in this one, it's a hell of a lot more, what do you want to call it? Subtle, nuanced. The aliens and the humans are about equally evil. Again, it's the governments of Earth have been overturned or toppled by 5 major corporations, which kind of seems like that may happen anytime now. Anyway, I
Anytime.
don't know which corporations they'd be, but the Weyland-Yutani or something. I the name of the company is too much like the siege or the not siege but the theft of Republic credits in Andor called Aldani. So I get confused. Is it Wydani, Uder Wydani? Anyway, it's one of those, and it's the big one, and then there's the other one called um I can't. Anyway, does the corporations and they so the the company that's running the ship that is bringing back to Earth some samples of local fauna, kind of stuff that looks like flora, but it's actually deadly fauna, um, including gruesome ticks, awful uh, some awful plants that look like, you know, egg sacs, really. I don't know. It's just they or pod people,
Mhm.
And then they could be triffids or they could be those seeds of doom from Doctor Who. There are lots of things that these things could be, but there's one thing that is really iconic, and that is the xenomorph. And the xenomorph is probably more visually apparent in this than she has ever been. You can see more of her, you can see how she moves, you can see what she's up to, you can see how fast she is. You can see that she can run on walls and run under, run like she can almost run on ceilings. You can see that she's just tremendously creative and that she really wants, much like the monster in Frankenstein, she reaches out to this one girl. And then let me tell you about the other part of this story. The other part of the story is that all these kids with cancer or other things were given a second shot at life by being brain transferred into these synth units, into like positronic brains with with white goopy interior robotic bodies. It was cool. And you got sort of flashes of Asimov, flashes of Newton, flashes of all these things that really make things really interesting for that aspect. And the other thing that's really interesting is that just because you die doesn't mean that the things around you think that you really are dead. And or they or they have a way of making you not survive the interface. Interface, get it? Interface.
Mhm.
Oh my God, I'm just so sorry. I'm trying. These are my best. These are my best Alien Earth jokes. Yeah, I know your face needs a hug.
Oh, I do apologise, viewers.
I think I'm so clever. Oh my God, I'm laughing my face. Face off like those ones hanging in the lab.
Oh, dear
Oh
me.
my God. God, it's so fun. I enjoyed the hell out of Alien. And it was great. It was great fun because I was really scared for the kids. I was scared for the less for the grown-ups. And I loved the that Aid Edmondson, as you were mentioning, Lee, Aid Edmondson came into this movie as a synth, as a full synth. And oh my gosh, he was so rigid. He was just so uptight. I mean, it must have been hard being against his own personal s- sense of self and his own, and well, he's just so you never see the similarities between this character and Vivian from Young Ones. Oh my God, it was just hilarious. Only because I knew the young ones, only because I had heard every single word that was uttered forth between Aid Edmondson's betwixt his lips. Oh my God, it was so good. Oh my God, it was so good. All right, so I enjoyed the heck out of this. Over to you, Lee.
All right, I enjoyed this. It was something fresh and different from the Alien franchise. Um, I do have a few niggles
Mm,
um, concerning timelines. This was supposed to be set 2 years before the Nostromo and Ripley discover the aliens. Um, 2 years before, um, and the prequels are completely ignored and not even mentioned in this. So I don't know what's going on there. But with
yeah, you're right.
this alien um, happening on Earth in this series, um, I don't understand why Ripley didn't hear of this back in Alien, seeing as this was set 2 years before. Uh,
Weren't they all in cryosleep though?
uh, I
But why didn't they talk about the ship that was out there destined to find them either?
mm, I mean, yeah, I
They had
mean,
them at the table.
yeah, it's a bit the timeline. The timelines are off in this,
Yeah, I see it.
um, but I still enjoy it. It was still an enjoyable 8 episodes, um, and for me as well, having the theme of all the way through it, the theme of Peter Pan, and
Yeah.
never growing up. was a good idea. Also, as well, it gives them the excuse now because Disney owns it to show clips of Peter Pan. Wouldn't have got away with that if Disney didn't own it. Um, yeah,
And
with the
Ice Age.
Ice Age as well. Yeah, I mean, you get. I know it's not connected, but you do get the feel of because the connection for me is Ridley Scott, who did the original Alien.
Huh.
I think he's an executive producer on this. But you get a feel of Blade Runner on this as well, the synths and they said it's not connected. The universes aren't connected, but Ridley Scott did Blade Runner as well, so I'm getting a feel of all this mixed franchises here. But yeah, it was an interesting watch. A boy genius, boy multi billionaire um, wants to create life, wants to make people live forever, but he's doing it wrong, and the scientists are doing it wrong by transferring their consciousness or whatever you want to call it, the soul, into a synth body, and literally killing the other body off, and telling the families that the child has died. So
Yeah.
families are none the wiser that their children still exist in a synth body, which is one of the main plots in this. Um, yeah, it's good to see the face hugger again. It's good to see the xenomorph. The only thing, the other thing, what I wasn't so keen on, and you've mentioned how you saw how they moved and how quickly they moved and all that. Um, for me, the xenomorph works better on screen when it's in the dark.
Well, like the first two episodes of this.
Putting the xenomorph out in the daytime, in the daylight, it sort of became. It felt more like the Predator. It the xenomorph works better in the shadows.
Why did you think that it was turned into like it seemed more like the Predator?
You
I mean,
go
that
the
that
movie
doesn't make sense because the Predator was upright, standing a
in
two
in
bipedal animal.
in daylight. The Predator was in daylight, going through the trees, going through the bushes, just like the alien was in daylight, going through the trees, going through the bushes. You got the feel of Predator.
Mm.
But for me, seeing seeing the xenomorph fully in daylight, no, sorry. It's got to do its action in the dark, coming out of the shadows at you, and that's how the xenomorph works better for me.
Yeah. Okay.
Um, it's sort of lost, in the daytime scenes. It's sort of lost that scariness for me.
The the issue with the one of the issues that I thought that they were trying to show is that the one that what's her face? Let me see. Hang on. That Wendy,
Mm.
what was her real name? Uh,
Mason, Marcy,
yeah,
Marcy.
Marcy. Marcy saw on the outer face
Hmm.
of the xenomorph all of those white scars, and it was just like there was that compassion, and it was the same kind of compassion that we'll talk about in the other
Yeah,
podcast from this weekend, but that it's just it's a compassion of a child to an injured creature. It's like as a kid, you felt bad when you saw a creature get injured, even if that creature could have been like ugly or whatever. Like it really used to make me sad when kids in California would rip the tails off the lizards. It really bugged me because the tail was still alive, kind of thing.
Mm.
Because the brain goes all the way down the tail. I mean, you just don't. I don't know. So you could tell that xenomorph was injured in the transfer, and then there's the other one that was just the head, the inner head and the spine, really, right? But that one would have been scarier in the dark. True enough, because that way you couldn't tell if it was like a whole thing, if it was just missing body parts,
Yeah.
all of that stuff. Because there were two of them, and the baby, after it ripped out of what's his face, uh, Arthur, yeah, Arthur, who was played by that guy who was, oh, I'm sorry, Joe Herman.
They didn't rip out of Joe Hermit.
Right. Then it was Arthur.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's right. It was. Um and then it went sliding off into the bushes.
Mm. It, I mean, I did like the feel the essence of when there was on the ship, the ship who was bringing back the samples. It was exactly like Nostromo.
Yep.
So that it might have been the sister ship. We don't know. Um,
Yeah, exactly. Precisely.
but this is another thing. That was a Weyland um, Yutani vessel bringing back these alien species, which contradicts aliens because apparently they didn't know anything about that happening in this series.
But they were still trying to get some more to bring back.
Yeah,
I mean, that was the whole thing, is like these corporations just weren't satisfied with having seen them the once.
but no, see, nobody had heard of this occurrence in um, aliens aliens for the Whalen Company. Um, no mention of the Whalens already knowing about the alien infestation on that planet or whatever. There's a lot of plot holes. Um, if you're gonna do a TV series what's set in between a movie franchise what is so well known and so well loved, you are going to get people saying, "Oh, hold on a minute, why doesn't so and so industry know about this? Why have they sent them to do this?" And it's also like is it a 50-year job journey in the ship to go there and come back? This is why they were frozen.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, I don't know. There's just some things. I mean, also as well at the ending of this series, the aliens and the synths have won. So you would expect in aliens or alien or aliens that
Or
Earth,
Aliens 3.
well, Earth, Aliens 3 was set, was it 50, or was it Aliens? No, Aliens was set 57 years after the first one, wasn't it? But you would expect in Alien and Aliens that the Earth would be infested with aliens by now, xenomorphs, because of the occurrence in this TV series. The way it ended.
I would think that they would be. I don't think so. I think that they would be 100 times more likely to be infested with those little tick guys because of all the fucking water.
Yeah, but no, there's no mention of them. You
I
would have thought
know.
that you would have thought they took something from the movies, what was mentioned in movies, and put it into the TV series just to say, "Oh yeah, this is how this happened." But
Oh, yeah, you're right. There was no explanation.
no explanation. So the timelines are out, and there's um,
So
yeah,
you think that there's a lot of paradoxical stuff and things that got huge, like because of the storyline, it creates these
it's
huge.
it's
And then
mostly
what about the prehistoric alien and you know,
uh, yeah.
was that Prometheus?
You had Prometheus and Covenant prequels,
Yeah, yeah.
which were totally ignored in this series. Not even the events of that weren't even mentioned. So I don't know. Maybe it's just they've got writers what don't know the history and facts of this franchise. I don't know. A lot of sci-fi stuff's written like that now, ignoring the past and um,
Oh, I found the names of the other companies. There was Weyland-Yutani, and then there's Prodigy, and Prodigy was the one with run by um Boy Cavalier,
Cavalier.
and Threshold, Dynamic, and Lynch. And Lynch is obviously named after David Lynch.
Yeah. But what I what really one of the things I did like you've mentioned the fauna and the ticks and
Uh-huh.
the is the eye.
Oh my God.
Now that was a great creation, and also
Hmm.
I wonder if it's going to be on the shelves at Christmas. So cute,
It was. Little eyeball tentacle guy.
especially especially when it's in the sheep.
Yeah.
Uh, there must be more to that
And
creature.
and when and when the and when the eyeball guy tried to get attached to the face of the xenomorph and couldn't find any eye protrusions or eyeballs. Couldn't find any of that stuff. The eyeball was like, "Oh, the hell with you then," and just kind of went off and tried to find somebody else. And the way that the eye was using the tentacles to pull and push and pull and push.
Uh,
Ah, that was so cool.
it was
And then the chicks finding out how to open the door. I mean, you watch cat videos, and a lot of these cats know how to open doors and help bring tools to somebody fixing cars or whatever. But this little itty bitty teeny tiny gray alien guy being able to figure out how to unscrew tops and get, yeah, he was that guy, that, yeah, incredibly creative. And the eyeball, the way it had that almost kaleidoscope effect, that was so awesome.
and then when it's inserted, it comes into one pupil.
Uh-huh.
Also, as well, the other creature, the fly, where
Oh my gosh.
it digests its food from the outside.
Yeah,
But
and it eats only metals.
yeah,
So that's why
Isaac.
Isaac was trying to feed the thing. Yeah, like metallic ores, I think.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what it looked like to me. Crystal and metals. I don't know. And
Uh,
what do you
it,
think of Moro speaking right into Slightly's head?
See, that was one character. I know he was written and acted to be like that, but I really didn't like him. You know, he he couldn't care less about the crew. All he cared about was Weyland Tuscany. The specimens have to get there,
Uh-huh.
no matter what. And then he was out to treat, knowing full well that what's his name? Is it Smee, the young kid, the young one who threatens him of killing his family, and he was a nasty piece of work.
Oh yeah,
But then you're supposed to feel sorry for him when he starts thinking about his daughter and that lot, what he left on Earth 50 so many years ago. And I'm thinking, no, I don't feel sorry for you, pal. You're a
yeah,
nasty piece of work.
right. And then and Adrian Edmondson played Atom
Ein,
Atomy Eins,
Atomines, yeah. And also you got Timothy Oliphant.
and Eins was short for Einstein,
Yeah.
and Atom was short for was the op because he was the first one made, and he was the one made in the shape of uh Cavalier's Boy Genius's dad.
Well, they say you got Timothy Oliphant as Kersh,
Kirsch,
the
yeah,
Simps scientist,
yeah.
who who I didn't understand. I didn't understand what he was doing, to be honest. He knew all about the plan to use a face hugger to, impregnate a person and get them off the island for Weyland Industries. He knew
Uh-huh.
all that. He let it happen. I mean, was that just the scientist being intrigued by it all, or was there something else he was planning to do?
I don't know. It was
He let them take the body into the lift. He helped them,
right.
but then later on,
I could never tell if Hirsch was actually protecting the kids or
yeah,
operating in loco compania, in the place of the company.
yeah, it was. That was. I was divided what side he was taking, but we didn't find that out anyway because the way it ended. I mean, there's no news of a second season.
Huh.
So if they're not going to make a second season and they left it like that, all the bad guys tied up in a cell, holding cell,
Right.
with the synths and the xenomorphs surrounding them.
Yeah.
And what is it? The last word is it, we rule.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's a strange ending. I mean, they may have a second
And
season.
And what the hell was that guy with the spray bottle spraying the walls?
Was he? Was he? I don't know. I don't know. Was he cleaning them?
I don't have any idea. But he just, it, it was like random, but he never ran. He never moved from his position. He was just always there doing that one wall. And I mean, maybe it was different walls at different times, but all hell could break loose around him, and he just was standing there spraying the wall.
Yeah.
I thought that was really bizarre.
But also as well, the
There
twist.
must have been some shit in that fucking door or those fucking doors that was even worse than what they just brought back on that ship. Oh my god. Maybe that's where the predator was.
Yeah. But also as well, the twist that we found out halfway through that because halfway through we get the episode where it's just the ship. It goes back before the series began with the ship traveling back to Earth with the samples, where we found out that Boy Cavalier is the one what sabotaged the ship,
Hmm.
who's the controller of Prodigy, not Weyland-Yutani.
Right?
But how did he know? How did how did he know what they had on board?
Yeah, I think was it Morrow that told him or what?
No, because it wasn't
I-
moral. It wa-
His mother working with everybody?
well,
His mother his mother like this crazy AI, like a Siri type AI.
I don't know. I mean, for him to because say this ship was 58 years traveling.
Hmm.
Um, Boy Cavalier wasn't 58. So how does he know from 58 years ago this ship went out on a mission?
I don't. How do you know he's not 58?
Because his boy,
Well, so is Boy
he's a
George,
boy,
and so is Boy George, and he's almost 65.
he's a boy genius. He said it's a boy genius to control the company. That way, he killed his father to get the power. He's not. He may be in his 20s now in the series, but he's not in his 50s.
Okay.
But if you say he's 25, how does he know about a 50, 60-year-old mission going into space from a different company
Hmm.
and knows what they're bringing back?
Hmm.
As you say, his mother playing the companies.
Hmm.
It was good to see a cat in there as well.
I
I don't
know. It
I
was
don't think it's called Jonesy,
right. It was called.
but yeah, it was apart from all the things I pointed out were a little bit plot holes here and there, it was still an enjoyable show. I mean, if they do a second season, I mean, I don't know where they're going to go from there. Because as I say, this was set 2 years before Alien.
Yeah.
If they do a second season, are they going to set up what happened? You know what happens in Alien, and is the crash site and everything like that going to be a cover up?
Well, obviously, because the fact that they landed on Prodigy land and not on the other company land.
Yeah,
I mean that's already covered up, right? I
yeah.
mean,
It's left a lot of questions to be answered for me.
um,
But I enjoyed it. Great acting. Um, the two, you say the two. Well, all you could tell that the synths were children in bodies. The way they were acted, which is great. Everybody, poking each other or fighting or whatever, and putting each other in an arm lock. It's what kids do. Um,
Okay, the cat's name was Rascal.
Rascal.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, not Jonesy, not the famous Jonesy from Alien.
Right. He was an homage to Jonesy though.
Yeah.
And the way that they get all the footage on the Maginot
Hmm.
is from his color camera.
Ah, right. Cool. So, you got anything? You got anything to point out from it? What you wasn't totally with, or did you just like everything about it?
Um well because I you know listening to you re- recite the segments of the story that didn't line up with the history that were paradoxical, that were against, that created potholes, all these things that you were so eloquent about. I guess I don't really remember or know enough about the Alien series, because the only one that I was really fond of watching was Alien 3, because of Paul McGann, of course. But I mean, I mean, they didn't seem to have any problem with like creating synths of Sigourney, of Ripley, or of the company doing mind games, and then like doing time games with characters themselves throughout the series. That's really what Morrow seemed to me. It was like another instance where Prodigy and the company, they did that thing where they tell somebody that you know when you get back nobody's going to be there for you, but they could have helped the his daughter. The company could have helped his daughter, and they didn't, because I don't know, but it just see when uh I think that's why he felt like he should probably help Prodigy get these um Prodigy get the aliens instead of the other company, instead of Weyland-Yutani. Anyway,
He was, yeah, but Morrow was working for Weyland.
but that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
He was working for the company, but I mean,
He went in
the
there to retrieve the alien for Weyland.
but the ship, he crashed the ship onto Prodigy land.
He didn't crash it.
Well, he kind of, I wasn't he like saying, "No, we've gone from a missile to an arrow."
That's what he was saying when the engine drove. There was a saboteur on board, wasn't there? He wasn't the saboteur.
Okay, all right,
It was one of the crew, wasn't it? Where Boyd Cavalier had offered him money, this guy money.
yeah, all right,
He was sabotaging it. Morrow was the security chief who was trying to find out who was sabotaging. So he wasn't working for Prodigy.
okay. See, okay, and so I had a whole different story about that in my head too, because I thought that Morrow was really pushing for them.
No, he wasn't. He was for Weyland and Tuscany.
All the way. Okay. All right. All right.
Uh, but apart
Okay.
from
And the control meeting when they are all supposed to be at the table talking about what the Wayland company brought back, and there's only two of them. Where were the other three out of the five? I mean, so maybe they were working together on some. I don't know. See, this is
with
where
that
I get.
that scene
This
as
is
well
what,
was quite good. It was quite good with Boy Cavalier, where he's like going toward, crawling on the table, accusing her. I mean,
yeah,
it was a strange character. Played by what's his name, Samuel Blenkin,
yeah.
and he's only 29, the actor.
But and we haven't really seen him in anything too much, have we?
Um, let's have a look. He's been in Peaky Blinders. Um, BBC Netflix series Dracula. Starred in this. He was a character in Sandman. Uh, he's appeared in an episode of Black Mirror.
Mm-hmm.
So he's
All right, and he's been working for Big Finish, so I guess I stand corrected.
yeah, he's been in a few things.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is one of his roles where he's sort of up front, more sort of a lead.
Carries it.
Yeah, because he does play a eccentric very well.
Yeah,
And when I was watching him, when where he was with his, because he's, with his grin in his eyes and all of that, I was thinking, he looks like a young Gene Wilder,
mm
with his wild hair, and it
mm.
doesn't really look like a young Gene Wilder. But that's just me, maybe. So,
That's very.
anything else, Susan?
Um, yeah, I can't wait to find out the name of these other aliens, other than the fly,
Oh,
the tick, the
they're out
eyeball.
there. Hold on, uh, they're out there. Hold on, I'll just tell you what they're called. Um,
Really?
yeah, right. You've got. Let's have a look. You've got the plant pod, which is the D. plumbica, and you've got the eye, which is a Trithanochia oculus,
Yeah,
and
I,
then you've
I
got the
do
cricket.
remember them saying Oculus.
Yeah, you've got the cricket bug. That's what it's called. The face hugger, the xenomorph. There was another one. What was it? Can't find that one. But yeah, the
They call
try.
the they call the fly the fly. They call the blood tick the blood tick.
Yeah, but the eye has got the longest name is the trypanothinc. Hold on, the trypanothinca oculus.
Uh-huh.
Oh, there you go. Other
There
one
you
known
go.
as the eye. But yeah, it's a really great creation. That
Yep. Yep.
yeah.
Agreed. And
For me,
the pod did look like the invasion of the body snatchers pods.
yeah, Yeah, yeah. So I mean, the effects were great. I've got to admit
Hmm.
that. The acting was brilliant. For those little niggles, what I've pointed out may affect the score for me.
Mm.
That's what I usually do. Anything
Yeah.
else? Anything else you want to say, Susan, about Alien Earth?
No, that was great, and and I had to split it up into 2 nights. I couldn't binge all of it in one night. It was a little heady. It was a little or not heady. It was a little heavy. Uh,
I did.
There
I didn't.
there there
I
was
didn't.
a
I
there
did
was a
about.
lot of compassion that was built up for the kids.
Yeah.
And what were you saying? I'm sorry.
I was saying I did. I did it in. I watched it in 4 nights.
Okay,
So I did. I did 2 episodes per night.
okay,
Uh, so, shall I go final sentence score?
sure.
Over to you.
Okay. Well, I've learned that this is uh, there's a lot of integrity this crew has for just making pretty amazing imagery. Um, I do disagree with Lee about the xenomorph in the day. I think that was really cool because you got to see the xenomorph in pain, and that really had never been done. It didn't make it less than. And then also the way that uh, the kid, um, Wendy, aka Marcy, the way Marcy was um, sort of brought into friendship with the xenomorph was very much like Frankenstein and his monster, only without the fear.
Mm.
A lot of other linguistic shows they tried to do that with Children of Earth in the 456 and Torchwood. It's just these changing dynamics of language, and you gotta have a baby brain to learn new languages, especially alien ones. I'm sure. I tried to learn Greek. It was easier because it at least is spelled the same direction. Tried to learn Hebrew, and my baby brain just wouldn't go that far back. Um, I I enjoyed the way that the kids uh, had to come to grips with their grown-up state of mind and or their grown-up bodies and their childish state of mind. Like what was her name? The one who thought that she was pregnant or claimed that she was pregnant was
Nibs.
Nibs. She was a. I mean, that was amazing. I mean, the psychology of this story is about the psychology of the people who are involved in the company, also impacting the psychology of the company, the mental illness of the company, and how, you know, I guess you could call this late stage or rigid capitalism at that point. This is a very Ayn Rand kind of story based based on the government dispersion as the companies rose in power. Um, just that to me is even a little more frightening than the late stage capitalism that we got going on right now. I mean, but we do need to play that by ear as well. So let's see. I'll give this 9 um I'll give you this 9 face huggers out of 10. I still love face huggers. I love the fact that it ended up in Doctor Who as a dream crab, they called it. Really? Be real. It's a xenomorph baby.
Yeah, but you see, Alien pinched the seeds of doom eggs for the alien eggs.
Yeah, okay. So 9 of those. Anyway,
It's a bit of give and take, give and take.
give or take. Yep.
You steal from the best.
You do. You do. Don't you?
So you're giving it a 9, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it 9 as well. 9 Oculuses out of 10. Oculuses. Um, and it's only an 9 because of those little gripes I had. Because for me personally, being a fan of the franchise and stuff like that, you do question things like, hold on, if this is 2 years before, why didn't they know about this? Why don't they know the alien language in the movies
In the future.
in the future when they've got the language now? And things like that. So yeah, and yeah, it's a 9. It's 9 for me. It's a good series. It's a watchable series. It'd be a shame if they leave it at that. I think it needs resolving. Maybe one more series, a second season, just to tie loose ends up.
And to maybe fill some plot holes.
Yeah, and to lead into the Alien movie, but
Mm.
yeah, enjoyable. I would, if anybody's not seen it, I would recommend it. Um, so yeah, that's our review of Alien Earth. I mean, it's only 8 episodes long. It's not that. Say I did 2 episodes per night if you can't watch it in one go. Um, so have you seen it? If you have, let us know. And the way to do that is leave us a message. And how do you leave a message? You leave a message on this video or any other video we've got out there. And that's how you get in touch with us as well. Just leave a message on the video, because if you want to join us, we need to know. If you don't message us to let us know, all we need, ask of you is that you're 18 and over, have a working camera and microphone on the device you use, and we'll have you on. We use a Zoom app. It's so easy to use, and you're good to go. Also, if you're subscribed to our YouTube channel, make sure you've got the bell notification pressed, and you'll get notified when this video goes up or any other video goes up. And while you're there, you can browse through our over 1,000 videos now, because we've been at it now. I think it's 9 years now, Susan. Oh, 9 years.
Yep.
Time flies.
Time
Um,
flies.
it really does. So yeah, so please come and join us. We do have people messaging us saying we like to join, but we've had a few time wasters in the past few months. So
Um,
if you want to join us, seriously join us, you know, let us know, and we'll have you on. So that's it, Susan, for the first one of the night. How do you
yep.
think it went?
Fantastic.
As always,
As
this is why she
always.
still, this is why she still got the job.
Okay. Good.
She agrees with the boss. So
I
until
would
next time,
not,
guys.
but
Until next time, guys. See you around.